Hey, what is going on, Twintendo Nation? Hope you're having an awesome day. Now, today's Pokémon Sun Moon video, we're going to be looking at 5 things you might have missed when playing through these games. Now, these are 5 very interesting things, and if you already know these 5, then you are a Pokémon master. But don't feel bad about not knowing some of these, because I didn't know a lot of these before I made the video. Now, before we start today's video, question of the day to you guys: what is your favourite mystery in Pokémon Sun and Pokémon Moon? Let me know in the comments below, and if you do enjoy this video, let me know whether I should make another one, because there are definitely more than just 5 things you could have potentially missed in these games. So without further ado guys, let's start off with the first thing you might have missed. So first up, we're going to be starting in Po Town, which is basically Team Skull's lair or hideout. Now, at the end of Po Town is the Shady House, which is pretty much Team Skull's base. Now, if you go all the way up the house, you will eventually find Guzma's room, which has a very unorganised bed, a nice looking throne, and a chest full of Bugnium Z. Now, if you sit on Guzma's throne, then a one-time event will occur with you and a Team Skull Grunt. It's pretty funny actually, so if you haven't seen it already, here it is. Now, unfortunately, you can't activate this event again. When you sit down on the throne the next time, it will say the arms of the chair look like they've been slammed countless times by angry fists. So obviously this is in reference to when Guzma is in the chair, and when he gets annoyed or angry, he'll slam the sides of the chair, and that's pretty much what your character is picking up on. But apart from that, there's no more secrets in Guzma's room, unfortunately, and it's only a one-time event with the throne thing, which is a bit disappointing. However, it's still pretty good, and you definitely should check it out if you haven't already. Now, in Pokémon Sun and Moon, Game Freak decided to bring back customization, which was first introduced in X and Y, and unfortunately Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire didn't have this feature, so it was nice to actually be able to customize our characters once again. But what you might not have known is that there's a certain familiar outfit in every clothes store apart from the one in the shopping mall in Melee City. So if you go to the right hand corner of any clothing shop, you'll see a pair of overalls that look awfully similar to Mario's, which is a really cool little Easter egg. Now, it's not the most hidden thing in the world, and I'm sure some of you watching this video would have noticed it, but somehow, even though I customized my character quite a bit, I never really saw it before, and I think it's because I never really go into the right hand corner of the clothing store. So I thought that was a really cool Easter egg. Shame we can't buy the clothes though. I'd definitely like to walk around wearing Mario's outfit. Now, during the story of Pokémon Sun and Moon, we were quite surprised to see that Professor Kuki has a wife who is also a professor, known as Professor Bernette. She and Professor Kuki are trying to discover more about Nebby so they can help Lily out, and she was actually the one who discovered Lily, who was lying unconscious on a beach. Now, Professor Bernette specialises her research in the relationship between Pokémon and other dimensions. So in Pokémon Sun and Moon, she is researching the strange phenomenons occurring in the Alola region, the Ultra Wormhole, and the Ultra Beasts. However, this isn't the first time she's actually done some interdimensional research in the Pokémon world. In fact, she made her debut over 4 years ago, in fact. Professor Bernette first appeared on the Pokémon Dream Radar app for the Nintendo 3DS. Now, this app allowed you to catch Tornadus, Thundurus and Landorus in their alternate forms, and this is actually referenced in Pokémon Sun and Moon, because once you beat Olivia, who is the second Kahuna, and you talk to Professor Bernette, she will give you the Reveal Glass, which is an item that lets you change Tornadus, Thundurus and Landorus's form whenever you want. So this is a really cool Easter egg and a really cool throwback. A lot of people thought Bernette was a new character for Sun and Moon, and even I did at first, but it turns out she is from the 5th generation, and it's really cool to see old characters who maybe didn't get much of the spotlight in previous generations coming back into newer generations and actually getting a bit more focus. Now, Lily's had a bit of a rough life, let's be honest here. First of all, she's rejected by her mother, she's got a dead dad, and her brother also ran away, leaving her alone with her mother in the Ether Foundation before she eventually ran her way herself. However, one of those things isn't exactly true, and this is about Lily's father being dead. In fact, he's alive and you can see him whenever you want. And if you haven't worked it out by now, he is actually the guy you meet at the Poképelago area, who is known as Moen. There's quite a lot of similarities between him and Lily's alleged father. So first of all, they share the same hair colour, and his hairstyle is also familiar to Gladian's, and obviously their eye colour is the same as well. Now throughout the story you'll hear people talk about a professor called Professor Moen, and he was the one who first discovered ultra wormholes, and during the story Gladian will say it was my father who started it. He was the one who first confirmed the existence of ultra wormholes and ultra beasts, but my father, he disappeared during an experiment trying to connect to an ultra wormhole. All that he left behind was a weakened cosmog and his papers about Nihilego, and then it goes on to say Lucimene's obsession with ultra wormholes and her obsession with the ultra beast probably started then because she was trying to reach her husband, who was obviously Lily's and Gladian's father. But it turns out Moen is actually alive and is running the Poképelago area in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now the reason he's probably running this area is because it's a common occurrence for those who go into ultra wormholes to lose their memories. Now we've actually seen this happen with two other people before. First there's Looker, who actually lost his memories quite a while ago, and the reason was because he actually went into an ultra wormhole. Secondly, there's Annabelle, who works for the International Police and is Looker's subordinate. Now there is another little secret about Annabelle, but I do want to save that for another video. So as I said, if you do enjoy this video, definitely let me know if I should make a second part. But going back to Moen, it's no surprise that he's lost his memories because obviously if you do go into the ultra wormhole too long, your memories do start to fade, and then when you do return home, you don't really have any recollection of who you are or where you're from. And as I said, we've seen this with past characters, so hopefully Lily and her dad will get reunited one day, and also hopefully Moen, Looker and Annabelle can eventually have their memories returned. Now the last thing you might have missed in Pokemon Sun and Moon takes place at Howley Cemetery, and it occurs at night time. So if you go to Howley Cemetery at night time, there is a woman who is being carried by a Machamp, or basically a Machamp in ride mode, and there's a kind of sad event that takes place. So I'm not really going to talk about it too much because I'd actually rather show it you guys, because it is pretty deep and it's pretty detailed as well. So without further ado guys, definitely check this one out. Let me know what you guys thought about that event in the comments below. It's a very realistic take on the Pokemon dialogue, and it's definitely different. So although it is quite sad, again, it brings realism to the Pokemon Sun and Moon universe. I think it's a very good event, but also at the same time, very detailed and very sad. But as I said earlier, let me know in the comments below what you think about it. But anyway guys, those are the 5 things that you might have missed in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now I'm sure some of you guys will have seen some of those before, but like I said, I do have more up my sleeve. So if you do want a part 2, like this video and let me know in the comments below. But guys, if you did enjoy this video, as I said, definitely hit the like button down below, and if you're new to this channel and you want to stay up to date with everything Pokemon, then hit the subscribe button down below. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you on the next video. Peace!